For this tutorial, I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can use different tools in Adobe Illustrator to make changes to a shape that you've created that has anchor points. So the first one that I want to show you is the use of the white selection tool. So that is this one here. It's called the Direct Selection tool, and the shortcut is the letter A. So if you click on that and you click on your object here, which you've already live traced, as you can see these little points, and when I hover over them, the word anchor comes up, they start to appear. Okay, so what that means is we can actually click on those, okay, and if you zoom in, which is Control plus, you can actually see that there is the anchor point in the middle, and on either side you have 2 handles. So there's 2 things that you can do here. The first thing is, if you double click on the anchor point and hold that down, you can actually drag that whole point out or inwards. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do is if you click and hold down on either one of these handles, you can actually adjust. So if you go back on and click on the handle, you can actually adjust the different shapes, the different angles and curves and things like that. So you can actually smooth things off that way as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is if you also select, let's go to this one here. If I click on the anchor point, now up on the top bar up here, if I hover over this, it says convert selected anchor points to smooth. So what that means is it automatically smooths out that anchor point. And so if I click that, okay, and I click off so you can see, as you can see now, it's smoothed off that point. So what you can do, things like this point here, if I go up to that, as you can see, it smooths it out, and I still have the ability to change the handles and to double click on that anchor point and bring it in or out depending on what I want to do. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to show you was how to actually move around the workspace. So as I was saying before, you can Control minus to zoom out, Control plus to zoom in, which is important when you're working on small anchor points so you can actually see what you're doing. Now if you zoom in too far and you want to bring that back to the main screen as a whole, you can do Control 0 and that will bring it back to your screen. So what I want you to do now is, using this image that I've provided you with, I want you to use those different techniques I've shown you and actually go along and smooth out some of these anchor points and fix up the image. And then that way that will provide you with some practice before you might go back and fix up any issues with your sticker image. Okay?